What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. This is TWA Motorsports, and I know what you're thinking. This guy is freaking crazy. He's an idiot. He's never going to finish a project. Quit buying cars. No, that's not the case, guys. I promise you I'm going to finish the Trans Am. I promise I'm going to finish, at least get the Camaro driving for now, and we got a ton of stuff to do to it, and the green truck as well. We'll talk about that in just a second. But what did we buy? We bought a new, and I don't even want to call it a project, because it's really going to be a daily driver for my wife. We are going to get rid of the Buick. The Buick has been a great car, but it is time to go down the road, and that's kind of what I do with vehicles. I buy them, we drive them for a while, and then we sell them. And you guys have noticed that if you've been on the channel long. Also, if you've been on the channel long, you know that I've had several of these Tahoes, and that I lowered one, and actually that's one of my most popular videos. If you guys haven't seen that, I will post a link up here above. But this is a 2010 Tahoe. Now, so let's address the very first thing, and I know what you guys are all thinking, and that is these dad wheels that are on here. And yes, they are going to go. They are an 18-inch Eagle wheel with some pokey outy tires. The offset's all wrong. It looks ridiculous, and frankly, that's going to be one of the first things that we do on this car. So, or truck or car, whatever. I don't know what you guys want to call this, but anyway, 2010 Chevy Tahoe LT3 leather. We'll talk about more of that here in just a second, but I want you guys to right now go down 160,000 miles. I want you to go down in the comments and tell me what you think I paid for this, okay? And at the end of the video, we'll talk about what I paid for it and why I bought it. It's kind of a smoking deal, but randomly I cruise Craigslist, Auto Trader, Search Tempest. I use all of those things, and I don't know why. I'm just always looking for a deal or a car or something, and I've wanted another Tahoe ever since I got rid of the red truck, which has been a whopping week now. I think I need something to pull a trailer, and to be quite honest, I haven't pulled a car trailer in, I don't know, maybe a year, and my car trailer needs tires, but for some reason I always think I need something. But to be honest, I would like to have something that was a little easier for my wife to get kids in and out of, to load groceries in, just more room basically. So if you guys noticed in a couple videos, and I say a couple videos, it's been a couple months ago, we had a newer Denali, and while I liked the tech in that, it felt way bigger than this model, and I just think these look awesome slam. So that is kind of the idea. We're going to get some different wheels, obviously, because those have to go. Those are ugly. Sorry, here comes a car. Sometimes when I film in the morning, it's super hard to not have traffic going up and down my road, but we are going to get some different wheels. We are going to lower it, probably do a 3.5 drop. It is four-wheel drive, but I don't even, like I said, I don't want to call it a project, because I don't want you guys to think I'm bailing on the other stuff that I have going, because this is going to be kind of a quick deal. I'm not going to show you guys a how-to, because I already have a how-to on how to lower one of these things, and they look absolutely sick lowered. But kind of the plan is we are going to lower it, probably a 3.5 drop. We need to repaint the door handles. As far as paint goes, that's the only thing. People just getting in and out of it and scratching it all up. It looks pretty rough. We're going to debadge it. We're going to take the molding off of the side, which generally I keep, but this looks it probably would clean up, but I think I'm going to take it off on this one. It's got a few dings here and there I'm probably going to have popped out, but ultimately, guys, it is exactly what I was looking for, and it was a smoking deal. Like I said, we'll talk about that at the end of the video. But this guy bought this thing brand new from a dealer in my hometown. He's driven it the entire time, and it was just time. He said he wanted to go to, his family's grown up, and you can see this thing has been lived in. It is absolutely disgusting. That's one of the first things, and I may even hire this out. Normally I clean all this stuff myself, but it is so gross, and I have so limited amount of time that I may end up having a buddy of mine who does detailing clean this thing up. It's just been lived in. Now, as far as maintenance goes, this guy was crazy with his maintenance schedule. If you look at the Carfax, every oil change, every 3,000 miles is listed on the Carfax. It did have a transmission replacement, which after talking to him, not even really sure that it actually needed, but he did it nonetheless. And but it is an LT3 package, so it's got heated seats front and rear. It's got the navigation. It's got a DVD sunroof. It's got the power folding rear or center section. It's got third row seating with the power lift gate. Other than that, some of the stuff that he was telling me that was wrong with it is these little pieces that break off, those plastic pieces. He actually went to GM and bought new pieces of plastic to go in those spots, which, you know, awesome that he would buy something like that. He also put new emblems on the outside because he said they were fading. Why he didn't take a little better care of cleaning the inside, I'm not really sure, but some of the other things is the dash is cracked in a couple spots, which is very common, these Tahoes. If you get one of these used, 99% of the time it's going to be cracked. I've had 5,000 mile ones that were cracked. I've had 140,000 mile ones that weren't cracked, but chances are they're going to crack. And the actuator in the door, so when you hit the lock and unlock button, you can see that it doesn't work. That's also a pretty common problem in these things, and at least it's only one of them. I've had like 2 of them or 3 of them be bad in the past. Looking around it, it's really in pretty good shape. As far as paint work, it did have, his wife ran into something in the front, just relatively minor. The front bumper has been repainted. The back, and part of the reason why I got this thing cheap is the Carfax shows that it was in an accident in the rear. Now, what happened was he was out of state. Somebody rear-ended him and they actually hit the hitch, and it's the original hitch that's still in place. There's no frame damage whatsoever. The alignment is a little bit off on this back bumper. They did put a new bumper on it, and we will address that. Of course, you can see that it's kind of moved around, but there's no frame damage whatsoever. And this guy was very picky. He told me every little thing that he thought was wrong with it, and he's been driving it. That happened like 5 years ago. He's been driving it ever since then, no issues whatsoever. But I can't even think of anything else, guys. I think that we'll probably take the roof rack off of it. It's pretty common what I do with vehicles. I take all the badges off, tint the windows, lower them, and that is going to be the exact same thing we're going to do to this. And then, like I said, we're going to be getting rid of the Buick. And I don't want you guys to think that this is going to interfere with the truck, the Trans Am, the new Corvette, any of that stuff. But it will be a project that we work on. Like I said, I'm not going to show you guys a how-to on this because I've already made that, but I wanted to show you guys kind of the progress, basically, of what I get done and how these things can look when they're all finished up. So, I don't know. I may have a problem. It seems like I'm constantly looking for cars. I really don't know why I do this all the time, but it's just it's fun to me. It's fun to tinker on stuff and then, you know, sell it or buy something different, or it's just one of those things I like to do. And we keep cars, it's kind of like a cycle of 6 months. The Buick we've had longer than a lot of the vehicles that we've had as far as daily drivers go. But the green truck, guys, it has been pushed back a little bit, and the reason being is because I literally buy a project. If it needs paint somewhere, I just go out to my painter and he says, yeah, I can fit it in. Well, right now he's jammed up. He's got 2, and he does really big restoration projects. So he's got 2 that he's got to get done. So this isn't going to start until July as far as like paint work, but we're still going to lower it. We're going to get some different wheels. I can't think, we're going to get new front bumpers, rear bumpers, several things that we're going to be replacing on that. But I've already started ordering these parts, and most of those parts are in. But like I said, we're going to have to wait on him. Not a big deal. You know, I was kind of rushing around anyway because I was trying to get this to paint, trying to get the Corvette to paint protection, and it's really just too many things going on at once. So it's going to happen. It's just going to be a little bit longer. As far as the Trans Am, the next video on the Trans Am, we are going to get the motor in that thing and start to put some of the odds and ends things on the car. And then the Camaro, man, the Camaro. I started the suspension, and you guys know that we were replacing the rack because it was leaking. And while I was replacing the rack, I decided to remove the headers because they were just, they set too low for a lowered vehicle. The newer stuff seems to set a little nicer and ride in the, well, it just tucks up a little better to the body. So I've taken the headers off, and that's kind of in the process. I've got the stock manifolds back on for now. Now down the road, I probably will put another set of headers on, but for now I just wanted to get it running and driving because at the point the red truck was gone, the Corvette was going to be gone, the truck was supposed to be at paint, and I didn't have the Tahoe. The only thing I had to drive was this, and my wife is driving this. So I was trying to rush around and get the Camaro done so I could be driving it while the truck was in paint and the Corvette was getting paint protection. And well, I was kind of freaking out. Well, now we've got this, so that kind of helps in shuffling around vehicles. I just don't like to drive stuff like the black car. I really don't care to drive in the rain, and this obviously, and neither of these. But with that being gone, I don't want to drive the old 52 Chevy in the rain. and I wasn't really wanting to drive the Corvette in the rain either because it's never seen rain. But guys, hopefully you like this video. Hopefully you're enjoying some of this content that we're doing. A lot of you guys, one of my most popular videos, like I said, was the lowering of this Tahoe, or a Tahoe. So this will be like the fifth time I've done one of these. So like I said, hopefully you like that. If you do, if you like these projects, if you think that I should quit buying cars and concentrate on one, hit that comments below and let me know. Also, if you do like this video, smash that thumbs up button if you think you're gonna like this content. And of course, go down and subscribe. If you're not subscribed already, make sure you go down and hit that subscribe button. And while you're down there doing all that, make sure you ring that little bell icon. That way you're notified every time we drop a new video. But let's talk about the cost real quick before we end this video up. And 10 grand. $10,000 is what I paid for this. This thing would sell for like 18 grand all cleaned up on a lot. I bought it for 10 grand. The guy, I don't know if he didn't know what he had, or I just happened to catch it at the right time. But I think that is a great deal for this, and it will be worth at least, I bet you money that I could probably just put different wheels on it, clean it up, and sell it for 15 grand right now. That's probably what I should do, but you know me, and I want to pour a bunch of money into stuff and then probably lose money. But anyway, guys, like I said, make sure you stay tuned. Turn those notifications on, that way you're notified every time we drop these new videos. And well, who knows what we'll work on, buy, fix, sell next.